Welcome back to Career Build Series. This is episode 117, and so we're going to continue where I left off last time. We're going to keep working on the Mack R wrecker, and I want to do some testing. So we're in the test world here. I don't think anything changed with this. We're in the test world, and so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start working on this micro here. All right, and I can't believe I forgot to put in nodes for actually hooking the panels up. So let's make a composite input panel. All right. And then I think I need one for spots, but I'll work with that in a second. All right, so let's start getting this microcontroller set up. That's where I kind of left off. Oh wow, I can't remember what my stuff. I can't remember what all this stands for. I gotta go look through it. Well, I'll figure it out. Okay. Yeah, I'll figure it all out. It's kind of silly that I forgot what everything does already. Has not been long since I just looked at it, so already forgot. Okay. All right. So boom is going to be it's going to be 1 and 3. And so what I'm going to do here is I have 12 total, I think. And so I'm just going to start making these out to where they need to be. I should set up a line of them that are 1 to 32, and then be able to go in there and just grab them. But I have yet to do that, so maybe I'll do that here in a second. All right, so we'll just kind of go through here, and I'll start setting these up. Eight, and then the last 4 are here. So 9, 10, 11, 12. We actually have more than that. Where are we at here? 10. We have more than 12, I remember now. We have 16, so. That's going to be 14, 15. Was it 12, 13, 14? I don't know. I can't remember how many we have total, but I'll finish this line out, and then we can use what we need and not use what we don't need. I think it's 16. I think it was 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, I think that's good. I can always add one if I need to. All right, so let's go and hook all this bad Johnny up. All right, so 1 and 3 are going to be for the boom. So what we'll do is we'll use an up-down counter here, up and down, excuse me, up and down, and then that will feed into the boom. All right, and so all that can go up here. All right, and so that will be our boom setup. And so I need to find how high I want it to go and how low I want it to go, and then I can set it. So for right now, minimum should be 0. That's flat against the deck. Maximum, let's try point. I'm trying to save. Let's do a 0.5. Do a 45-degree angle for now, and if I want it higher, I'll put it higher. Trying to think how to get the. I want to keep tension on the lines. Trying to think how to do that. It changed with the way when they screwed with the slack, so that all needs to be fixed. Let's see. Boom winch up, boom winch down. So those are the boom winches. So these need to go up there. Okay, so 2. What is 2? Update that. Let me look. 2 is going to be spotlights. So I need to add spotlights in here. spots. Okay. And 2 is going to be spotlights. So that will go there. All right. And spotlights. Okay, and then no, it's not. What is 2? 2 is main winch in and out, I think. Let me look. I'm going to just take a picture of this in case I need reference. All right, so no, 2 is spotlights. Okay, good. That's blank for now. That's fine. And then we have main winch, driver center, passenger. Okay. All right, so. All right, so the next thing we have is 4 is currently blank, so we'll leave that there. 5 is main winch in, so main winch in. And then we have 7 is main winch out. Okay. What was 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to address 6. So 6 is going to be driver side winch up is 6. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to just visualize this in my head so I don't have to deal with it. I'll bring up that picture. That will help me. The screenshot that I just made a second ago. That will let me look. All right, so 6 is going to be, yeah, that's driver side winch up. And then we have 8 is going to be driver side winch down. Driver side winch down. And then we have 9 is main winch, no. What's that? 5, 6, 7, no, that's correct, 7. 8 is there. Okay, so 9 is going to be center winch. 9, I didn't make an 11. I thought it looked weird. 11, there we go. All right, so 9, 11. All right, so we have the center winches there. Okay. Wow, just highlight what I would like, please. Thank you. There we go. So these 2 here. All right, and then I have so that's 9, 11, and then I have 10 and 12. 10 and 12 are going to be my passenger side winch. Passenger side winch up and down. I'm actually probably going to change how I have these aligned anyways. Okay, and then these are going to be for the toolboxes. So we have driver side front toolbox, driver side rear toolbox. Okay, and these are going to be numerical switch boxes, 0 and 1s. And that's there. All right. All right, and so that is, let's see, what do we have? 4, 12, 13, and 14. So I'm not sure if these are going to be in the right ones, but I can always swap them out if they need to be. And this can be copied for the passenger sides. All right, let's hook those up. All right, so that looks pretty good. That what is this now? Oh, that's 4. That's the one that doesn't have any job. That's merged. That's good. Let's start going through. So spots. All right, and then we have center winch up, center winch down, passenger side winch up and down, driver side winch up and down. Oh, nope, those are backwards. Okay, and then this is main winch in, main winch out, boom winch down. So that is these. And then boom winch up. So I need to kind of figure something out for this. Gotta have some ideas. Boom goes to these two here. What is that? That is driver side rear toolbox. So that is, where is it? This one. We have driver side front toolbox. That's passenger side front toolbox, and this is passenger side rear toolbox. Okay. Make sure infinite elec is on. We'll do some tests here. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? You're not going to do anything, huh? Oh, I didn't hook the composite up. That would do it, wouldn't it? Not having anything controlling anything. Would do it every time. It really would. All right, so what is that? That is our rear toolbox. So as you can see, we get two things that we can easily access. And then we have four things here we can easily access. So that works nicely. Boom is what is going on. That's super duper fast. These are, so I'll fix those. All right, and then we have main winch in, main winch out. Good. And then that, I don't have connected to anything. All right, so I just need to screw with the increment. I didn't do any of that. So clamp, I had to enable that. Let's go 0.001. Nope, nope, nope. 2 zeros and 1. Let's try that. That's better. That's where I want it. Not super slow, not super duper fast. That goes up 50%. That's more than enough. So you could use that up there to drag something a little bit. And then, oh. And that doesn't take very long. So I want these on pushes. I don't want them on toggles. Okay, so that's good to know. All right, so we're going to grab these, and these will be pushes. Push, and 3 is push now. Okay, that's better. All right, so let's work on getting those winches set up. Let me see. I'm trying to think of the best ways to set these up so they're not a pain. How to set these up so they're not a pain. You know, I've done them before where you just keep it maxed out, but then once it gets to max stretch, it stops itself. It doesn't do that anymore. And so that's a problem. So I could just do that for right now. See how that behaves itself. A little bit more slack than I like, but I can pull in some of that slack, I think. Like, see there, slack comes in, and then, yeah, that's nice and tight there. So the first time, it tightens it up a little bit. And then that goes too much. So I'll just put a couple and conditions in here. And then might turn this. Kind of don't like that I can see it, but it's not the end of the world. All right, so let's go in here. All right, so I'm going to put a couple and conditions in here. All right, so if we go up and it is between 0 and 0.5. That way I can do them for both. That's when I want to do bottom winch up. Like so, and then this one I could do the same. Now let's try that, see if that behaves better. That way it will stop the winches when it's out of alignment. All right, theoretically not, maybe not. Okay, why? It's going in there, 0 to 0.5, 0 to 0.5. Okay, if this is up and is between 0 and 0.5, go up. That would be Y right there. Okay. Let's try this. There we go. All right, what's screwing this up here? I'm just going to set up the gauge so I can read what it's doing really quick. So we'll do a right number. Composite output. Okay. We'll write 4. Write this to 4 here. Where are you at? Here you at, right there. There we go. All right. I want to read what this is doing here. That's at 0. Oh yeah? You're not reading the value, huh? Yeah, see, it still lets me also crank it up like there, so. Let me see what these are reading. All right. Figure out what this is doing. All right, it's clamped. 0.005, 0.5 there. All right, so if 1 is up, so if up is pressed, okay, if up is pressed and it's between 0 and 5, boom up. If down is pressed and it's between 0 and 5, boom down. I don't know why that won't work. That's connected there. That should be reading. I don't know why this isn't reading. 1, start channel 4. Let me make sure this is set to 4. That's not set to 4. That would be why that wasn't reading. Okay. Why are you not reading there a value there, guy? What's going on there? Yeah, see, like it should stop. See, that should have stopped. All right, what the hell's going on here? I didn't hook that up, so that's no wonder that's not reading. Hook things up again. All right, it's reading now. Alright, so that should stop now. No, it shouldn't stop. Okay. I know. I know why. Let's change this here to 0.1. No. 0.01 and 0.49. Let's try that. Because it stays at those numbers, so it's still within the range. Okay, there we go. I'd like to try to get the slack out of there. I'm trying to think. Trying to think of a creative way to get the slack out. It's not the end of the world. Let me see if I can't. Trying to think of a way to get it. I want it to do a certain number of seconds of up to get the slack pulled out. So let's go or. So when it first loads in, it takes the slack. So we'll go like this. And then I need to come up with the OR condition. So let's try this. Nope. I'm going to need that anyway, so put it there. There we go. Okay. Let's try a constant on signal. Let's go for let's say 5 seconds. We'll make it nice and tight. So do a constant on signal. Let me see if that works. I'm not going to bother thinking through it. I'm just going to do it. No. Okay. Let me actually wait 3 seconds. Alright, so I want the opposite type of timer. So this is what I'll do. I'll just put a knot in there. Hopefully that will fix it. Now we'll get the tension out. Get the slack out. Put some tension in. There we go. Okay, so that goes for 3 seconds. Gets them nice and tight. And now it shouldn't come on again until we reload. And that then it will winch up as we go, and now that gets the tension out. So that's good. That takes the slack out. Oh, an old wagon. We could actually go test this. Wow, that's fortuitous. Okay, and so I want to add on, there's a little kind of a spreader bar that would connect there. I'm trying to think how I want to set that up. Okay, so let me work on that little spreader bar. I might take out the mud flaps here. I think I'm going to take out the mud flaps maybe and put bumpers. I don't know. Oh my god, could you just like give me a couple blocks and not like make a mess of it? Now I want the mud flaps in there like that. And then I think maybe Kind of put like a brutal bumper on the back. I don't know. Let me look at the back. Let me look at some photos and see what the back of it looks like. Actually, just looked, or I watched a YouTube of a Mack R wrecker, and so I forget what the back bumper looks like. I'm trying to see what the back looks like. Not many pictures are showing it. Most of them are side views. So I'd like to kind of figure out what the back of it looks like. I would like to redo the hood at some point too. Okay, there we go. Here, I finally got a picture of the back. I'll put it up in a second here. I'm just kind of looking. Trying to find a couple of them, see, you know, because they're not always the same. So try to see a couple of them, see what they're looking like. But very few with like a rear view showing the back bumper of what it's doing. So that's where I could put my, you know, I should have some sort of stabilizer back there, and I could put it there as part of the bumper. Here we go. Here's one. This one has the undercarriage lift. That has a spreader bar on it. So I don't think mud flaps. Here's a 74 Mack R. I'll bring the picture up here. And it's kind of it's another one of those tiny pictures. All right, let's look at it. So you can kind of see the bumper goes all the way down. If you look here, there's two pads. Those are the supports. So I'm actually going to build some supports, and I think it'd be good to do. So I have, so I'm kind of looking at the picture, and it has side lights. This is just from the Pinnacles lights. Yeah, so let me kind of make the bumper my own, I think, a little bit. I like the mud flaps in there. I'm trying to think how I want to do the support system here. Start cutting this and I'll see what I like here. You just undo it all and I can get rid of it and fix that up. Okay. So they went down on the block. There's no collision on this, on these mud flaps. So I can go down another one like so. Mud flap sticks out though, so I can't have that. There are tiny little mud flaps on this, but they're not big ones. So that's the actual block right there. Yeah, so I don't want to stick them out past it. I don't know how I like that. I'm going to get rid of these mud flaps for now. I can add them back in if they're annoying me. If it's annoying me not having mud flaps. This will give me a little bit of working room to do some stuff here. So I'm going to kind of move these lights. That will give me more working room. I'm going to move them where I see them in one of the pictures. And so, you know, all the different trucks have different styles, you know, over the years. And so this is kind of you know, that's a more modern Pinnacle light. Oh, come on, undo that. It's a more modern Pinnacle look. So, all right, so do that like that, and then these. I'm going to put this on something. I think I'll move the light cord up one. And then this, I'll just pull the pintle. I'll move out. I want to be able to tow a regular pintle trailer with it. Okay, and then we have frame here, so I want to put in some sort of lowering support system. So there's my speaker for my backup alarm. I'm just kind of finding where I can go here with this. And so we'll kind of redo some of the back end here. So what I want to do is some of them have like a spreader bar that then allows them to yeah, some of them have a spreader bar that allows them to, you know, what I'll do is I'll put on what do you call it, maggols. So I'm gonna make a pumpkin. Pumpkin's just the differential. So give it a little bit more of some zazz for anyone who's watched Metalocalypse. What is that? That's not anything important, is it? No, that was part of the old pumpkin, I think. Did I just delete the speaker? I did not. Beautiful. Okay, good. So we're not gonna be able to see under here very well anyway, so I can kind of play with it a little bit. And put a differential in the back. You know, a lot of these that I'm looking at they certainly don't have triple axles in the back, but, you know, kind of make this a little bit on the heavy duty side. Put a pumpkin in here. There we go. So there's just the differential in the middle. And then, so I want to do some supports. I'm trying to think where I can put supports. So they can kind of go in here. So let me do track here, T-rack. Don't have a ton of space for this. Do not. Pistons, I think, are going to be super tall. Please, Deb, smaller pistons. Please, please, please. Like, see, that's like even the starter position. That's not going to work. Alright, so I think I'm just going to add a Mag-All spreader bar on there, and then pintle can go back in. I'm just going to paint the pintle while it's out. Up. I'm going to paste it to paint it. Then I could change that. I just want to kind of get it up and running and operational, and if I want to change things, add some things, I can always do that. I'll add the pintle there. That way we can hook to other trailers. Just kind of thinking of coloring the bumper a different color, but I don't think I will. Alright, so I'd like to put stabilizers in there, but I'm not going to have the space, I don't think. We'll see if I need them. May want them later, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. What I could do is move the lights inbound one just really kind of tight on space in here. Kind of trying to think of some creative ways to put it in here. Could do, you try this. You cut out these. Okay. And so what I want to do is, all right, so I want to take a track and I want it to face down. I want it to go like this, and then I want to cut the tracks, both sides. All right, and then I want to merge the track heads to the body. All right, and so then that will slide down. This part will slide. It can't go down unless it has a bunch of up section there. No, that's not going to work. Okay. Theoretically, it was a good idea. They need to go the other way then. Yeah, they need to go this way. It's a reasonable idea, but it's just not going to work. I'll paint these before I cover them, and then it makes it harder to paint. Okay, and then is that going to cut through the tires? Yes. So what I'll do is I will push these out. One. Okay, so push that out one like that. Paint in here before I have to redo it. Okay. Then I want to do track heads going down. Cut these out here. Put track sections in after I paint these again for the 900th time. Put some track sections in here like so. Okay, and then that will allow me to push this down. Don't think I need that much. What are rocket pieces costing me these days? They're expensive, I know that much. What are we at here? 23. Yeah, well, that's not that expensive. That will go down 2 blocks. And then we want friction. Okay. And so that's our stabilizers there. I might move them outboard. I think I will move them outboard a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I think I'm going to, so. They're actually pretty inboard. Maybe there, I think, is better. All right, and then all right, so that's in. Let's merge that up to the body. So that will be our stabilizers that will come down in the back. So I have one that's actually a picture that I'm looking at that's kind of like that. I could extend it out one more block, which is what I'm going to do, because it's not like it's any shorter if I don't do it. So, and then you can visually see the brake lights even better. So, and then I'm looking at the real one. You know, it's got a little bit of distance behind. Why can't I find this block here? There we go. Okay. Yeah, let's stick that there. All right. And then I want here, to there, and these two there, and one more over the left. There I go. Okay. So that's better, I think, anyways. Okay. And then, like so. And then I can actually make a little bit more of a wheel well, I think, there. Nope. That'll go right to a square block there. Yep. Now that makes it look a little bit beefier. No, for Christ's sake. There we go. All right, that's good. That's good. Fill in this here. And then we'll paint that to match that. All right. And this can actually move back one. Actually, you know what? Undo that. Clear that. Grab both this and this. Wow. Cut. Rotate that, and then I don't have to fill it in. All right, perfect. That's good there. And I want to put a couple tow hooks like that. I think I'm going to paint the back here, this back section black. The front bumper's like that, so this is kind of the back bumper, and that's going to be painted black. And of course, you know, I already went in here and changed all this to red. Change it back, and then like that. So I think that looks good. And all this underside should be black, kind of makes it, you know, it's going to be all greasy and dirty in there IRL, so you know, it's painting it black, kind of. You know, it's not spotless underneath the truck. It just is not. Okay. So there we have the lowering pistons, I think. Make those black. Yeah. And I'll color those up a little bit. So I need to add support. So where that 4 is going to be the support. So those go up and down automatically. You press it, they'll go down, they'll hit the ground, and they'll come back up. Okay, so there is a spreader bar on most of these. I'm trying to think how to hook up a spreader bar, because that way it allows me, if I need to use a mag-all, I can use a mag-all. But I could figure something out later. So this one could be a cable for a mag-all system, but I'll figure it out. All right, and so what else do I want to paint? Paint that. Paint all that black like that. That looks pretty good, I think. I think it looks weird if I leave the tops. Nah, it's not terrible, but this is an issue here. Yeah, paint it like that. Looks good. All right, that looks good. Yeah, see, that keeps the line, the black frame all underneath there. All right, so that's pretty good. We can go like, then this here, like so. Then we want to do logic ropes. So this gives us lots of options of how to tow something, which is always helpful when you get, what, did I not hook this to that? Okay, there we go. This gives you lots of options for towing, which is nice. So I need locking mechanisms. These are not going to be strong enough to do that. So what I want to, let me see if I could fit them in there, or probably what I have to do is move them. Actually, no, I can fit them in here, I think. How many blocks do these go down? It goes down 1, 2. So it only goes down 2 blocks. So that is helpful. That is really snazzy that it only goes down 2 blocks. That is very helpful. All right, so what I could do here is, yeah, so let's take a, that's 1, 2, just counting these off here. Let me add one more bumper section down, see if that looks too low to me. I don't like that. That's not bad. This needs to change. That's just too excessive. Try 2x wedge. That's better. Yeah, that's better. That kind of smooths it out a little bit. All right, so now the reason I did that, as I'll show you here, is I'm going to add a gripper. Okay. And so take a gripper, and I don't want symmetry on. I don't need, can I fit 2 of them in there? I can fit 2 of them in there, so I'm going to do, no, I can't fit 2 of them in there. Do I have space here? I do not. Yeah, so I'm just going to do 1. So 1's more than enough. You know, I have large cranes that operate only on 1. So I'm going to turn it sideways. I'm going to select it and cut it. And then this will go to, actually, yeah, so what I'm going to do here is this will, can I put something under there? I can't. Okay. So for right now, I'm going to delete that. And then the gripper here is going to attach to this one here. And are these the same color? These are the same color. All right, so this will now go there. Nope. This will now go there. This will merge together. So now that is attached. And so now we can delete all this stuff in here. And I can put the friction block back in. So this will slide up and down with both of these. All right, and I did hook it the correct way. Okay, good. And so now I want track pieces, and these will go right here, like that. And so as those go down, they'll grab on and lock into place, and I can't really see those all that well. I can block them with some block. Just put something here like, oh, come on, give me a block. There we go. Jesus. All right. And then for symmetry's sake, I'm just going to go like this. There we go. All right. So that way, you know, that kind of blocks it a little bit. It's not terrible to look at, but you know, I'm going to get rid of that. You know, it's fine if I see some mechanism in there. It just looks like parts of a truck. All right, so my so this has already eaten up some of my railing. So let me cut this, move it a little bit so that it's out of the way. That's going to have to get bigger. And then I'll just put some railing back in here while I'm at it. Come on. All right, there we go. And then like that. All right. And let me try this one more time here. Okay, I'm going to do it like that for now. All right, and so I need to set up the system to make that those supports go. So 4 is going to be a supports, and it's just going to be a toggle button. And it's just going to, yeah, I think I'll do a button toggle 4. Okay, and then I need to get in here and I need to work on this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to save this. And I'm going to look for the, I was going to go to a different build, but I don't need to. I'm going to look for what controls the drop axle, which is right here. Okay, so the drop axle is off of this panel here. And I'm just going to copy all that logic. That should work for the drop axle. Here's the drop axle. All of this is drop axle. What is this? 10, 8. Okay, so it reads the composite off the dash. Goes through all this nonsense, which is fine. That's just how long it takes to go down. And then gripper is beautiful. So this whole section here. Okay. And so I'm going to go in here and we'll add that to here. Okay, that's in. I want 4. We'll signal this. So go ahead with 4 here. And this I'll just name 4 or change to 4. That way I'm not having to reinvent the wheel. And then this here, I don't need to read that anymore, which is good because I need spaces. That's an output composite, so this needs to go out too. So I need to make this bigger anyways. Trying to think, what do I get for spaces there? 2 should be enough. Oh, come on. 2 should be enough there. I'm probably going to have to reattach a bunch of crap. This here is going to be an output number sliders, or support sliders. support sliders. Yep. And then this is going to be, I need to add one here, and then this will be an output to the grippers. Okay. A gripper in this case. And I forget where it landed here. This is where it lands. Okay. All right, so this is going to the grippers. I hate it when this gets one off. It's kind of annoying. Got to line it up. Okay, there we go. That goes to grippers, and then trying to remember where this goes. I think, yeah, this goes to the this goes to here, which is the sliders. All right, so that's sliders there. All right, so let's update this. And then I need to change the panel. That's a button. Button 4, good. Let's paint it. It's painted already. Beautiful. All right, so that's my support. Let's start hooking everything up. Some of it's going to have to be rehooked because I moved stuff. Gripper. I named it grippers, but that is release connector is what we want. This is support sliders, so that's these two sliders here. Okay. And then check the composite. Composite needs to be reattached because I moved it. What is that? That is spotlights. How did spotlights get disconnected? I do not know. I do not know. All right. Might as well, while I'm here and I remember, let me color the spotlights. Okay. All right, so that colors the spots up. And then I want to do like an orange, I think, on these. There we go. Symmetry's not on. So there we go. So this should be connected. Is that merged? That is. Oh, everything look connected to me. Everything looks connected to me. All right, so let's test out the supports. So yeah, I'm digging the back of that. That looks good. That does its tension. And then I want to put down my supports. All right, they're going down. Beautiful. And they're short. Okay, that's fine. I can fix that. They just need one more block below them, so that's fine. See right here, just need to go like this. And symmetry's on. Beautiful. Okay. So this should make it really stable. I should be able to pull almost anything out of anywhere. There we go. And so let me talk to you about the theory of why this works. So we've made a wedge, okay? So if you look at the shape of it, right, this tow truck would be reasonably easy to tip over. You know, you have all this mass in the front, and then it's pivoting here on the center, right? And so it's trying to push all of this into the ground and pick all this up. So that's very hard as it is, but you'll see, you know, there's pictures here I'm looking at of these tow trucks trying to pick something up. I just saw one. Let me see if I can find the picture of it getting, essentially trying to get pulled down into the ditch with the truck it's trying to pull out. And so by using these supports, what it's doing is by raising the back, you're making it very difficult for this to lift, because now it's the angle, right? It's you're changing the fulcrum point. And so before, where the fulcrum point was there, you need to get a really long arm. You need a really long arm to, now you're picking up the entire truck. And you're trying to pivot it off of here, and that's incredibly difficult. And the higher you get that, the more difficult it would be to do it. So if these supports went and the back of the truck was all the way up here and the angle was more extreme, that would be insanely difficult to tip over. And so that's why those supports work. And so I have that on my Maz 537 wrecker, and it makes it, you know, nigh impossible to have it tip over in that direction. You can haul insane weights until the winches just give up, because there's no way it's going to do it, you know. Let me find, I just saw the picture of the wrecker getting dragged down into the ditch. I'll see if I can see it. But But you know, if you have your supports down, that should prevent that. What are we on time? We're dragging on time here. Let me look at this real quick. Okay, so let's hook up some electricity, kind of some housekeeping stuff. Let me hit this to make them come up. Okay, good. So those come right up. One issue we're going to have is just with these attached. I'll see how bad the stretch is. Perfect. I can stretch these enough that they don't pull the boom back down. So that's perfect. And then let's see if it kills me. Nope. Beautiful. So that actually loosens right up. So that's good. Let's see what those look like on the outside. Yeah, see, they're still tensions, so those will be fine. Okay, perfect. So that's going to get me there. You know, and then, so as long as I don't detach them like that, we won't have an issue. I can actually move these two down and move this down. I think that's what I'm going to do. One support didn't come up. Why is that? Curious why you didn't come up in the first place. Okay, this is going down too far. Need to look into that. I need to look at why that gripper is going. Okay, so that's not locking in the down position because that's too far. I'll look at that. How many blocks are these coming down? They're only coming down 3. How many blocks? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it shouldn't be going down that far. Alright, so I need to figure this out. Let me send it up and see why this one's not cooperating. Okay, it's going now. It's just being weird, I think. Alright, so that gripper is not gripping. So that needs to be fixed. Alright, so that should be very stable. I'm going to give it 10 seconds to see if it tries to slide back down because that gripper's not doing anything right now. Yeah, see it's slowly going down. See if I can put a fender well in there or something. Yeah, see it's slowly going down because it needs to grip it, and then once it gets close, it'll probably snap. Yeah, see it's these might not be connected right. Let me go through and fix it. All right, so let me make sure these are actually one part. Yeah, see, these are different colors. That's why, is they're not matched up. Okay. They were a similar brown color, and I thought they were the same, but they were not. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is add a... Why is that coming up as red? Part of it's red, so it's coming up as red. So I'm afraid of hitting the back on the ground if I go up like that. Yeah, I'm afraid to go that much. Let me see. Don't want to come down anymore. Crap, I'm trying to think how to make this work. Could put it somewhere else, but I don't have the space. Where would it even come up? I think it would come up here, wouldn't it? Yeah, I would have to go up into here, so that's not happening. Alright. Let me do this while I'm here. Cut that. I should have cut that all. Cut that and move all of this down 1. Alright, well, I'll currently copy this, but then I'm going to paint. You see how I like this paint? If I paint this, we're doing interior, additive paint rather. Okay, let's go like that. Yeah, I think that's... I'm kind of indifferent to that. I like it better like this. How to make that go down 1 more? I think I don't. I think what that's not going to work either. I'm just kind of thinking out. I'm thinking in my head, trying to figure out how to get this to go down 1 more. Let me tap the fates and do this. And put some friction blocks like that. This may hit the ground. And then I don't need this to go down as far. 1, 2, 3. Cut these. Okay, yeah, so that has to be like that to make it work. I had it right the first time. Let me spawn that. Okay, so those give me a little clearance, but I gotta be careful. If I hit those, that's gonna be a mess. So, okay, and then there's this grab. That should be grabbing. So see, let me make sure it's not released. Yep, so it's not released. So this is locked into place. So that's gonna hold me. That's gonna be very strong. And so that holds me in place. Let me hit it, and that should raise them both up. All right, so we have our supports in. I'm worried about this being so low. I can. There's something I can do to fix this here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is. If I do this, I want to move them in one. So let me undo that. Let me run it like this. I don't want to overcomplicate this. Let me start hooking up electricity. Let's do a test. Let's see how it functions. If everything goes sideways, you know, I know it's going sideways and I can fix it. So, you know, if it works, there's no point in me redoing it all. So let's just do this. All right, and I hooked some stuff up to the hot bus, which these here should be hot. These should, okay, this needs to become detached there. That goes there. This should hook to that. So we'll hook these across. That goes there. So I want to be able to open my toolboxes when there's no power. And so that's why I'm doing these separate. So these go directly to the battery. Where's battery? Battery. Okay. All my controls out back. This stuff, that. I'm going to hook all of this together. That goes. The panels. I want spotlights to be able to. Spotlights should work. So spotlights need to go in the hot. So this here will go to the large winch. It will go to the these winches here. These winches need to be hot. Though all that needs to be hot, essentially. So essentially, it needs to be powered all the time, is what I'm saying. This here can go here to. Is this the hot side? Where is the hot side? What is hooked to batteries? That's what I need to know. Battery goes to the. This is probably why I'm having issues here. What's that going to? Electric. Starter. Yeah, so the battery shouldn't be connected to this left side. Everything's connected to this left side. I don't know. I need to go through this electrical system. This electrical system's a mess. I'm going to go through this, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to hook everything up to the hot side. I want to test it, and I want to get on with life. And then I'll go back and I'll fix it. That stuff I already hooked to the hot side. This here I'm going to hook directly to a battery, and I'll go through the electrical system. The electrical system's currently screwed up, so I need to fix it. So these are going to be hot, so these are going to always be powered, and that's because I want the slack to come out when I first load it in, so they need power. The lights I want to be able to turn on and off at will. This doesn't need any power. Alright, so I think we're good here. Let's save this. Alright, let's spawn it in. Alright, let's shut off infinite electricity. And let's get rolling. Alright, so we have a nice little tow truck here. It's actually a pretty big tow truck. Alright, and so I'm going to grab the Pinnacle. Pinnacle's kind of on the heavy end. Not uber heavy, but it is heavy. So let's grab the Maz. The Maz is... I can't load the Maz in here. I need to fix the Maz so you can load it in there. That's an old build that could use a little bit of a refresh as well. Just load the Pinnacle in. Pinnacle, what's the Pinnacle weigh? That's light. But it's kind of a proper test. So you see I have a couple tow hooks there. I'm going to turn up the sounds so I can hear the reverse. There we go. Okay. Set our brakes and put it in neutral here. Alright. And so I'm going to grab this rope, stick it there. Grab this rope, stick it here, and then I want to go in the Pinnacle and I want to take off the brakes. See, it's already starting to roll. I want to raise up the... why you no work? Oh, I didn't plug it in. Okay. Back to workbench. I didn't plug it in. Yay. I didn't hook it up to electricity, is essentially what I said. What I should have done is just not... I shouldn't have reset it. I should have just put on infinite electricity again. But, you know, likely I would have forgotten. So, okay. So, this is going to be another tool in the toolbox. Another thing I want to release from the Mack R series. You know, I'm liking it. I'd like to redo the hood at some point. The fenders are really wide, and the lights are actually in the fenders. And then slim out some of this. That will look more realistic. I just kind of have to screw around with it, see what I can do. I think I might have had engine clearance problems, and that's why I didn't do it in the first place. So sometimes I forget. So I'm going to go ahead and back up again. I can tell by the position when I'm in reverse of the shifter. But the backup alarm's helpful, especially for those of you who aren't familiar with the Eaton Fuller 10-speed that, you know, say most people have never driven one, so it's a little easy when the backup alarm comes on that you know you're in reverse. Okay. So we'll go ahead and I will release the brakes. And, you know, you'd actually probably want to transport the tractor from the back because you let the heavy end stay on the ground and you pull the light end because the back of a tractor doesn't weigh much. You know, the axles are heavy, but nothing compared to the engine and an axle on the front. There we go. No problem. And so it, so, you know, I'm not thrilled with it hanging over the back. So maybe make the boom a little longer. I'm not sure. Not sure if we have clearance for the to come out. I'm gonna check in third person. Yeah, we have clearance. So I don't want this to do a wheelie. All right. So if we look at our pivot point, right, the pivot point is ahead of our axles there. So it's trying to slam all of this stuff in the back into the ground, and it's trying to pick it up here. If this whole crane was all the way in the, say, the very back, this would do a wheelie no problem. All right, so by putting that ahead of the axles, it makes it very hard for this to lift off the ground. All right, so let's take a picture for the video. So I'm happy with this. This is really coming along. I like the look of it. The yellow and the red are popping. I like that. It appears to be doing its job well. You know, it's picking up the Pinnacle, no problem. Pinnacle's, like I said, not incredibly heavy, but, you know, it's picking it up pretty well. Let's go for a little drive. So even if it's rocking and rolling back and forth, it's not causing problems. So see how it goes forward and back? You have this bar that you put back there, And that prevents that. And so I need to kind of figure out a way to do that. I think I have an idea of how to do that. And that prevents it from, you know, going forward, back. But as you can see, the tow truck's having no problem. The tow truck is not struggling to deal with it. Even like there, see how I was trying to keep its nose up? We can make it even hard. See, like I'm losing weight on the nose. See how it's not steering? Let's drop the drop axle here. Oh, as soon as I put the drop axle down, it the front grabbed again. You saw me turn. I didn't put down the drop axle. I just slowed down. That's all it did. That's dump body. I clicked drop axle is what I want. So you see that drop axle came down. So I'm going to put some fenders inside so it doesn't have that weird gap. So you kind of... So see how it tries to swing in and out? That's what that little thing is, the little flapper thing. So I need to add that. Yes. So let me lower this down. Lowering it down might also help with the wheelie problem. Yeah, see, that's why you want that bar in the back, so that doesn't do this. This will also push it back some by lowering it. And so let's do another test. I know we're running a little long on this video, but yeah, so I just need to get that kind of fixed so that I'm losing too much weight on the front axle, and that's giving me a little bit of steering problems. But again, like I said, you would not pick a tractor. You can, but you probably wouldn't be picking a tractor up from the front like this. You'd want to pick it up from the back. The back doesn't weigh much. And so I don't have any anchors on there. I should add them at some point. All right, so let me do an actual, like, say the Mack, the Pinnacle, I always call it the Mack, even though everything's a Mack that I make. Say that the Pinnacle wrecked. Okay, so we're going to lower the Pinnacle down. Oh, I don't have much. This is a short grab. Oh, okay, we're going to use the main winch. That's what the main winch is for, to get it close. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's pretend that this went careening down the hill because it's New England in the wintertime. And I've seen many of those in Connecticut. The tractor well down in the woods. So I put it in high reverse. That's why it did so much. I did so quickly. All right, so the tractor is sideways, so we're going to drag it sideways. And we're also going to try to drag it up this hill. So we'll see how we do. Could make it even worse and go into the trees, but I think I'm going to do it on this grade here. If it passes this grade, we can move up the grades at some point. But all right, so I actually kind of do a little story with this too. And all right, you know, if you are in third person, that's another nice thing with the reverse alarm is you can hear it. All right, so here we are. We're going to go right about there. Actually, I want to go forward a little bit. I want to make sure those stabilizers, and I want to make sure all the wheels are on the ground, and I want to make sure the stabilizers touch the ground. Okay, we'll just back up just a hair. I know the video's a little long, but it, oh, come on, stop. There we go, perfect. All right, let's jump out. I should have taken it out of reverse. I want to just make sure the supports hit the ground and lift it back up. Perfect. Okay. So let's put this in neutral. Brake is set. All right, so I'm going to raise this all the way up just to get out of the way. And then this is what the big winch is for, is to reach. I probably will put a medium winch in the middle so that we can use that. This could exceed the 100 meter. Oh, I can only pull 40 meters. This is crap because they did this, right? And, you know, I understand the whole, you know, only let me take 40 meters, but it's like, come on, man. You know, realistically, you know, you should be able to pull out the whole cable. You know, for applications like this, of course, for a ship, you know, the cable's too heavy. You're not going to be able to pull the whole cable out, but for an application like this, it makes sense that you should be able to do it. So I'm just gonna, I'll put the pinnacle within range there. We'll do a test. I should have done it here. I forgot about that restriction. Let me do a test here and we'll get going here. And so I'm going to turn it sideways again. Sideways, you're going to have to drag it against the friction of the tires. The thing we have going for us is that we also, the tires have equal grip. I have more tires on that wrecker, which is helpful. That's more grip. And the, so I'm going to hook it up before I disconnect it, before I shut off the brakes. And so we're going to have to tow it sideways, which will have to break the friction, which will show how strong it is. And then, you know, pull it up, pull it actually up the hill. So. Let me get up here and take a little picture here. Oh, come on. Get out of the ground. Okay. Just taking a bunch of screenshots. I think this is kind of cool. So, you know, ideally I'd want that center winch, but I just don't have the space, the range. And so you would put that through a turnbuckle or a pulley to have it, you know, not rub, but... Alright, so it's trying to move it a little bit. Whoa. Moving it a lot. It's moving it a lot. Okay. When the wrecker becomes wrecked. Okay, shocker that, huh? I'm going to check the friction of these tires. The Pinnacle might have more friction. I got a sneaking suspicion that Pinnacle has more friction than this does. Oh, come on, man. Just get out of the wheel well and get up in there. Get up in there, son. All right, I'm going to just yank these back to the workbench. Let me save this. All right, so I will continue that test later. Let me do one thing while I'm on here. All right, so this is saved as Mack R wrecker. I'm going to look at the XML. Yeah, let me look at the XML here. All right, data, vehicles, Mack R wrecker. Bring it up in Notepad++. All right, here we are. Let's search for grip. All right, here we are, grip. Grip factor 5. Those are 5s on there. All right, so those are quite good. What do we have there? 5s. Is that a 5? Yeah, those are all 5s. So those are well up on grip. So you know, I'm not worried about that. That was just you know, potentially that test wasn't the best test. It was just kind of extreme. So keep that in mind. While I'm still here, I think this is done. So I'll cut this, and this can go in this in here. All right. So this is close to done. I'm done kind of showing this on screen as far as working on it. I think I'll finish some things, and I can kind of catch you up on what I've done. You know, that way, you know, you can kind of see what's going on. But yeah, I think that is pretty good. This worked out well. I'll make that little bar that you have. So you have a bar that essentially attaches to the truck, and then it lifts up the truck. So let me kind of find it so you can see it, and that pushes against the back so that it doesn't allow you to have. You saw how the Mack Pinnacle was swinging back and forth and hitting us in the ass essentially. Trying to find. Here's a good picture of it. I'll bring the picture up and you can see it. So this one here. Don't bring me to a forum, please. So see this bar here? This bar pivots. And so the bar actually picks up the vehicle, and so when the vehicle tries to swing forward, it pushes against the bar. So, what are we on time? I'm gonna do it. Let's do it really quick here. Then we'll do one test with the Pinnacle. Okay, so I don't need these really if I'm going to do this bar here. And I was kind of contemplating this bar before. What does that go to? That's the center. Get rid of that too. And then I will put the light cord to the right of the pintle, as is. It can kind of go either way, but all right. And then where the bar, let's put them up here. We'll use these pivots here. All right, and then so I want to take. So I'm going to merge these together so they're one unit. All right, and then I want to put a center block in here so that I can just kind of drag up wedges. And then I want rope anchors like this. All right, and then I want I'm thinking 2 rope anchors like that. Yep, and so that will be my bar in the rear. And then I want to replace this. Trying to think how to do it. So I think I'm just going to space these out. You know, it's looking a little narrow as it is anyway, so I'll just space these out. And I'll delete this. I didn't press the button. I don't know how that deleted, but and so what's this? 40 meters. That one is 150 meters. See, this is the problem. Is it goes out to 150 meters now, but I can't walk it out to 150 meters. So I need to put in a suggestion. Is let us walk it back out to 150 meters. Because for that towing application, I should have been able to walk it all the way out to where I needed to, and I couldn't. You know, so all right. So now let's electricity. Try this a little systematically here. All right, and then this will just attach to here, and then I need to. These connections are broken. So what's that? Driver's side winch down. This is driver's side winch up. I need my center winches again. Center winch down, and then center winch up. Okay, and so that's good there. And then I want to check all my rope logics here. Okay, I need to add that back in just so I have a place to put this. Nope, that's not where those go. These go here. And then this one I will just hook there. All right. And so if we look at this, as you see that just kind of hangs there. All right, now let's, we'll raise it. As you can see, it raises it up. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll hook this to the pinnacle, and you'll see the difference. Do I have ropes in here? How many ropes do I have? I should have enough ropes. I have 2 ropes. That's all I need. Okay, good. And I have 2 on the other side, so we're perfect. All right, so I'm going to hook up the pinnacle again. You'll see the difference with me towing it, and with it not, it'll be pushing us more straight, and so it shouldn't be undulating as much and trying to lift us up off the ground either. So that's the whole point of that bar. And so, and again, you would, in real life, you would be lifting this from the rear probably if you're towing it, just because you don't want to tow all the cab and the engine and everything else if you don't have to. You might as well tow the back. And some of the tow trucks we have tow our tractors are actually pretty small if they tow it from the back, and you need a big wrecker if you're towing it from the front. Also, there's no drive axles, so sometimes, especially for the automatics, you often need to disconnect the drive axle so you don't damage it, because you'll damage the automatic transmission, which Isn't the worst thing in the world because I hate automatic transmissions. So truck shouldn't have an automatic transmission, but that's just me. Okay, so that's all the way down. And so maybe I want to lower that bar down another block. So I'm just going to come in and bump this. Okay, and we'll set the brake. Oh, you know why? You know why this got dragged off the mountain? The brakes were set. I never took the brakes off. That's why. If I took the brakes off, I bet that would have come right down, no problem. Okay, so I need to open up the hatch here. Oh, wrong one. I keep hitting the wrong one. They're labeled correctly, too. I just keep hitting the wrong one. And this wants to rope anchor to here. We'll do the other one. So I like my little toolboxes. Those are cool. Rope anchor here to there. All right, good. And so those are connected. And then what we'll do is we'll raise it up. And so see, now it has to push against this bar. Now I want this bar lower. There's stretch in there, which is kind of problematic. Those two are there. That's this is still attached. That's fine. So now this will hit it, and you see I can go lower now. And so let's test this out and see how this works. I'm in like 5th gear now. Oh, brakes are on. Just did what I said. Caused me problems before. There we go. Much easier to tow something when the brakes are off. So this rope stretch, which is annoying. I don't know how strong the mag-alls are to be towing that. And I don't want it to tow with the mag-alls, really. Yeah, see how it slingshots because of the rope stretch? That's not going to work. Maybe mag-alls. Alright, so let's do this. I know the video's getting super long, but having fun, and I think this is getting to where it should be. So let's do this. Let me see how I can get this done so that it's not a mess. I don't want the crossbar in there like that. I want to lower this down. No, I don't. Okay. Let's undo all that. Let's delete these. And let's do mag-alls. I'm not a huge fan of mag-alls, but let's see if it works. Okay, and then I need a toggle for these mag-alls. So I'm just, for now, I'm going to put it right here. Not a huge mag-all fan. Okay, and then so let's go like that. Hook up all our electricity. All right. So let's go drag that pinnacle out of the ditch. It's now in a ditch, which is a nice realistic situation. I'm going to take the brakes off this time, and I need to slow the speed down to the big winch. I didn't have time to be able to rescue. I didn't have time to be able to fix it when that was going on. All right, so we're going to line up how we'd want to drag this out of the ditch here. Let's put it in neutral. You probably want to shut. No, you wouldn't want to shut it off. My brakes off. My brakes are on. Oh, why am I moving? Brakes. Parking brakes are on. Why are these moving? What is going on, man? Put the supports down anyway. Okay, so what's the range on this? Let's see if I can get that with the center winch. I keep hitting the wrong one. Okay. Yeah, that just locked into place. That's what that little movement was. Alright. And so I think do that left side there. Let's get a pick here. Doing a lot of pictures. I just think it's kind of cool, and it kind of everybody follow along with what's going on here. Look at it. He's got his arms up. That's hilarious. Like he's directing. There we go. Wish the rope wasn't sticking in the ground, but oh well. Let's add some friction by dropping. See, none of these are touching. That's the problem with the friction. The wheels aren't doing any friction. So maybe it's better to have the wheels on the ground and just have those slightly touching. Alright, so I dropped the axle. It's not touching anyways. Let's start winching in with the big winch. No, with this center winch. Alright, I labeled these wrong. So trying to tow this in the ground again because the supports are offering less friction than the wheels. So I might XML edit the friction blocks so that they're super duper friction. Now notice it's not moving. We have, what's that, 10? These are 10 wheels with 5 friction on them. The brakes on this sucker? I think I shut the brakes off. I'm pretty sure I shut the brakes off. Brakes are off. Good. I can actually read the length. The length's not changing. Why is the length not changing? See if I can do better with the see if I can do better with the center winch. Oh, it's because I'm not. I stopped pushing the button, man. Okay, I'm not focused here. Let's try to get this out of this ditch here. Okay, there we go. I just let go of the button. Okay, so see how much better it's doing with the wheels on the ground? The wheels are giving me more friction than the supports. So what I need to do is XML edit the wheels to give me the friction blocks to give me a hell of a lot more friction if I'm going to take the wheels off the ground. I think what I'll do is have the supports just barely go down and touch. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, it's got no problem. Okay, there we go. All right, so that is now dragged out. I know it's a little annoying, probably me taking a bunch of pictures, but it's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and pull this forward. So, up, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was in a low gear. I was afraid I wasn't in a low gear, and I yanked it out of gear. Alright, so here we go. I want to get these magulls kind of lined up. And so what I'm going to do here is set the brake. Let's set the brake on the pinnacle. We'll make this the final little bit. Almost got this to where it's tested and working well. So I want to grab this off, and I can just store it for now. And then I'm going to jump in. And I just want to line those magulls so they're perfectly centered. That's all I want. Alright, and now I'm going to back it up. Let me check something too. Okay, so see, I want that sitting down. So that should probably be lowered a little bit. Okay, let's back this up. Up, don't go too far off to the side, please. I went into fast reverse. I went to the high gear reverse, so that's why I reverse so fast. So you see how the truck jumps a little bit? That's how it does it in real life. If you give a tractor really any throttle when you put the clutch up, it jumps like that because you have so much torque. Like the Pinnacle with the MP8 and the setup that I use, like 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. You know, like most of the time, I don't need to touch the accelerator. I just come up off the clutch. And I can get the clutch all the way out before I have to hit the accelerator. All right, so I'm going to bump into this. Slam on the brakes. There we go. Oh, it was close. Let me set the brakes, see if I can't get the mag all. I'm going to turn the mag all on, so when I hit it, it mags. There we go. One's hit. Let me try to get the other one in there. There we go. Okay, good. Let's set the brake. So I'm starting to develop a procedure. Like this sort of stuff in real life, you start coming up with standard operating procedures, and that makes it so much easier to do things quickly once you have a procedure in place. Okay, so see this now. This is magged there, right? And so the tractor can't hit us in the ass and push us. It's kind of, you know, it just can't slam into us constantly. And so we're using the crane to pick it up. It's just, you know, now when it pushes forwards, it has to push against the truck. So it's putting all its energy, instead of bouncing down and trying to lift the tractor, it's, or pushing us, it has to push straight, right, as close to our axles as it can get. So that's helpful. All right, let's do a little bit of towing here. And, brakes off. Okay. Because I would be coming back for that. Most likely the magholes would detach, and I'd be like, what's going on? Alright, so this should be much better. Notice it's not going back and forth, back and forth. It's not slamming into us as much. And again, and the other benefit is, like, see, I don't have any rope anchors in the back. With this system, I can still lift it, and I think the in-game vehicles, they don't have rope anchors on the bumpers, so I can't do that. So see, the friction blocks, that's probably when they'd hit. It doesn't really seem to matter because I have so much friction in the truck that it doesn't care. So the sports don't seem to be all that necessary, but so sitting a little low. Let me. Oh, come on! Don't do that. That's my. You have to test the spots out, anyways. This is stupid that I'm doing this as it's moving. There we go. Hey. That's funny. All right. There we go. Real professional here. All right. So with it that high up, it's taking enough of the taking enough force off the front axle that I don't have any steering. So a little too high. So we have good spots. That's better there. So I'm trying to think if I want to lower this down. I may not. That's actually pretty good. All right. See, the problem with this type of system is it's not going to let me turn very well. So I really need to have that back section pivot. So I think that back section actually needs to pivot because I'm not going to be able to turn. Alright, so, yeah, that's the problem, is I can't turn because it's trying to drag the tractor that I'm pulling sideways. Okay, so let's do this. I know, this video's getting long, but I'm having fun, and this is starting to work, and we're getting close, and when I get close, I don't want to... It's tough to quit when you're close, you know, it's... Alright. And so this should do it here. If I take this... and so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do what I do in real life, and I'm going to tow it from the back. You know, if there's any real tow truck drivers out there watching, and if I'm wrong, let me know, please. Luckily I don't have to get towed very often. I don't think I've ever had to get towed in my tractor. So this will only go 45 degrees, so that's good. Yeah, and I could tow it from the back. Let's try this. I got rid of the toggle, so I need to put a toggle in. So let's go. Oh, where do I want to put that? All right, put a new toggle in right here, and then that will kind of like that open. Let me just do this here then. All right, and so let's hook this up. I know I'm being a little bit picky, but again, you know, when you get close on a build and it's really working, that's a beautiful thing. All right, so there's some rope stretch that'll account for that. So because it was, because it essentially, it was acting like it was, you know, hard connected to the pinnacle, it didn't want to rotate. And so now it should rotate. You'll notice on those, you know, on the pickup sections, they tend to have a pivot there so that it can rotate when you're doing it. I actually probably want to drop that down maybe 2 blocks. Yeah, I'll probably drop that down 2 blocks. It's a little high for my liking. Yeah, so that's probably what I'll do. All right, and so I'm going to lift this from the back now. I should be able to do that, which that should be a lot easier because I'm not lifting all that weight of the engine and the engine, the cab, and everything that's in the cab. I'm just lifting the axles, and all that weight gets to sit on the ground, which is nice and convenient. This will also let me, like, instead of me having to back into it to get that other one to attach, I can just push it with my body. Yep. Alright, the brake's not set on the pinnacle, so that's going to want to misbehave. So let me just quickly go fix that. I didn't set the brake on the R either, but we're on flat ground, so it shouldn't do too much. So set the brake. I'm going to lower this down some. Boom down. I need to do... that needs to get relabeled. Alright, so those are like that. I want to toggle them, get them both lit up. And then I'm going to slam into the back of this sucker. Gently. And hopefully connect up. There we go. Okay. And so this will probably actually account for me being a little sloppy too with my alignment. Alright, so we'll try to do this right. I'll go in here, I'll release the brakes. And so in real life, it's just a valve. So you can do it with the power off. You can do it, it's just an air valve. Okay, so you see now we have that. So this is the driver's side, needs to go up. And so now I think a lot of these are done by hydraulics. Actually, I didn't want to do it this way. I'm going to lower this back down the ground. I should be lifting it with the boom. I'm lifting it with the side winches instead of lifting it with the boom, which is a mistake. All right. An error. Let's put it that way. It's not a really mistake. And then we'll boom up. Oh, jeez. All right, and then, yep, that does it. All right, so let's, oh, there's still one up there. Yeah, that definitely, I couldn't get that, this got dragged down because one, the support legs are not as strong as the wheels are, and the brakes are on. So those are both the reasons why I got dragged down the hill instead of dragging it up the hill. All right, so that's all set. Brakes are off on this, I believe, yes. All right, so let's do a quick tow. I just wanted to, so close to getting this done, I didn't want to abandon it and move on to something else or start a whole new episode. All right, so now see I can actually turn because of that. Now see how it's at 45 degrees? So that's going to be my max turn angle, which I could actually extend it more by adding a center block. So I might extend it. I might not. This isn't a terrible turning radius, but it's not good. Let's see if we can go up this hill. If we can go up this hill, that's nasty. Let's go ahead and drop the drop axle. So my dump bed, I think I'm going to change the, you see, you know how I have that button where I can raise and lower dump bed. That is really a PTO, so you know, you could hook it to a bunch of different things. So I need to get it changed out to a PTO, and then if you're hooked, if it's, you know, the dump truck will still say dump bed. Here we go. Once the wheels hit the ground, we're going well. Look at this, dude. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And this is why I didn't want to end the video, is it's like, we're so close to getting this going here. That's awesome. So this is, I wanted to do this because I've lost a couple trucks going up the mountain, and they've been in very terrible, precarious positions where I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna need a crane. I could probably get them out with a tow truck. Look at that. That's brutal, dude. That's absolutely brutal. That's awesome. That is really, I'm very pleased with this. It looks the business. It's functioning well. It's got that old school boom look. It's really cool, man. This has turned out really well. And notice how it doesn't undulate back and forth with that bar, so that's great. I don't think I'm gonna screw with it. I think the 45-degree angle is good, even though it's you know, the magholes aren't detaching. You know, I'm fishing through gears here. I've got this up to speed. I'm bouncing. Still, look at it. It's still good. It's not twisting. It can't twist on that frame in the back. Center of gravity is nice and low. This is good. I'm pleased. This is awesome. So this should allow us. This should fix a lot of my mistakes. So I'm loving this. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I have, as you can tell. This has been really cool. I'm loving this truck. The Mack R is really coming along. That's a little ugly there, but that was me slamming on the brakes like a dope. So I might lower that down. I will lower that down a little bit. But and then, you know, you just pick it up when you want to tow a trailer. But that came out really well. I'm thrilled with this. Really happy. This is another tool in the toolbox, and like I was saying, you know, the more tools we have in the toolbox, the more we can do, the more fun we can have in career, and I'm just really happy with this. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Thanks.